Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue into level 2 Megabase, where in the last episode just got our green circuits beaconed, and it's a rather small build, but it works very nice. In today's episode we have a few things planned. One of them is we will start to beacon our entire red circuit build, as that is consuming quite a bit of resources and I want to get it optimized. And two, I have thought about a new way to design the base. Not in terms of the grid, but as you can see, we're starting to get quite a bit of congestion in the trafficated areas because we have too many production lines next to each other. So what I'm thinking of doing going forward is for example, right here will be a solar cell, there'll be a solar cell, solar. So every cross will be solar, and then everything in between that will be production cells. So we get the power that will be needed for the beacons, and we will lower the congestion we have in the base. So we hopefully don't get any bottlenecks anywhere. So if you think that's a good idea, do comment down below or come chat with me in Discord. And if you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe as well. So firstly, let's go up to our red circuit area. It's already in what's going to be one of the future production cells. The rest will kind of get moved as we get along. And let's try and redesign this entire system here, which is rather big, but we can reuse quite a lot of it. Ooh, let's take a train up there so I don't kill myself on the way. That would always be nice. Let's go to, you can go top, let's go to there. Because getting everything beaconed is going to help with the productivity and how much we can get through. And it's going to save us a ton of resources and the amount of trains that have to move around. So we kind of have to dismantle this entire thing as we get going. So let's just get these stopped so we can get the things flowing in correctly. The probably easiest is to cut it here. Let's cut, you can cut there, there, and there. Then we'll cut off the copper over here. That'll be fine. And then we'll just let it empty out before we dismantle this entire thing and rebuild the new. So while this is emptying out, let's start to design our new beacon build. We can do it over here and then just move it in afterwards. So as you saw last episode, we have max rate calculator to help us a bit with this design. So if you look at what we want to do, of course we want to do beacons. We want to do as many as we can to get this working. So for example, if we do, let's do this. If we do one of you right here, actually right there, I think will be correct. 1, 2, 3. You'll go down this way. You'll go down this way. And you'll kind of close over like this. Maybe something like this. Maybe moving it down 1, depending on if we need any room. Let's move down just 1 to here, I think will be good. So we have a nice thing in the middle here. And the reason why I'm doing this is to get the maximum throughput on our copper cables. That is normally the thing that bottlenecks the entire system. So let's try and add in speed modules to all of these. We will add some productivity to this one in the middle and change it to copper cables. So if you look at this, now this will produce 44.8. So basically 1 blue belt. That is very important because that is the max amount we can send down the line to red circuits. So that means that we can fill up the rest down here with how many we need of red circuits to get things flowing. So let's just get all of this dismantled. I kind of just want it from maybe here and down to, let's go to about, let's get it to about here to get most of it away. That will get dismantled by the robots. And then we'll get the rest in while we wait. So we can't place a red circuit production here. We have to offset it at least 1. So we get the maximum amount of production on it. So let's get you filled in here. Let's see how long we have to make it. Might run out of space, but that is just a part of it. There we are. Let's get you to do your thing. Getting in all the things we need, getting in speed, getting in what we need. So if we look at this one, and look here, you can now see that we're consuming 30, the inputs are 33. That is what we need for these. But we're outputting 44. That means we need even more going down this way. Of course, now we're in the issue where we don't have enough room. So can we take this out without any issues? We can. I'll place it in just a second again. This is just to get the things built. Huh. Storage chest, that's quite hilarious. Just get you removed, please. And let's see, let's get the rest of you in this way. That might be enough. Let's get some more of you in. To here, I think will be good. And then wait for robots to fill these in as soon as we have it in. So I'll just move up here for a second while all of this is dismantled, and then I'll be back in a few minutes. So the robots just cleared out the base. They are slowly flying it all back, and we're ready to continue the build. So I just moved it a bit here from the right over into a correct spot, and let's look at how it looks at the moment. Just see input wise, 44.8, pretty much 1 blue belt, 16 copper, no problem whatsoever, and then a mixed belt of green and plastic, because that's going to give us about 45, which is, this is pretty much half a blue belt. So that gives us enough room in here to do pretty much 2 input belts and 1 output belt in some belt weaving here. So this is pretty much the setup we want to go with. We can duplicate it over depending on how much input we want. So this is correct ratioed out. So first, we'll need to get a lot of copper on a belt. So a good way to do it, I'll just show you here, is do something like this. That should work. Where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 outputs. That will give us 1 full blue belt of copper cables. Then we'll have copper going in over here, having 2 things grabbing that. So that will give us our belt going down. Let's just get that in correct. We can probably start it here somewhere. Let's see, this will be all the copper cables flowing in to pretty much, let's see, 1 more right there. Let's turn it, let's do it like that. Then for all the copper cables, we'll want you to be inputted. Well, let's wait a sec with this until we get the, well, let's just do it. You'll go in. That's all the copper, that's 1 of them. Then we'll need to get a mixed belt in of plastic and green circuits. That one will just run over here, quite simply. That can just be something we take from back here. We can just start it here. Can't quite reach, but we can do something like this. And then take it up this way, dragging it all the way to the end, giving us double of these. I'm debating to do undergrounds, as that is a bit more UPS friendly, and I think it looks a bit better as well. So why don't we just do this instead? Oh, I think it will be quite good. That's a bit waste to do that. Let's just drag you here. That'll be a mixed green and plastic and green circuits. That means we have all the inputs we need now. And right in this setup, going from up here, copper goes in here, green and plastic goes in here. So the last thing we need is pretty much just an output for all of this. And as we saw with this setup, we have 15.6. We can, on a red belt, which we will need to do this, it can actually fit in a bit less than that. But if you just take the last one down here and get that on the opposite side, or do one in between, we should be fine. So what I'm thinking of doing is something like this. If you jump from here to here, let's do this all the way down. I think that'll be fine. You can go to here. And then the last one, in theory, can go on the opposite side of the belt until we get down to a blue. So if we do something like this, with an output on it, that should fix the issue, since this one outputs 1.2. With it then backing up and running at full speed. So this is pretty much the setup we need. 2 belts going in. One or half a belt of red going out, all fully beaconed. So now is the time again, or almost the time again, where we hook it up. But before we do that, let's just get some power poles in. I am debating if we can't do this to make it look a bit better. What if we move you down to here instead? And then you can do that. The reason I'm doing this is so I can have a power pole in the corner and power all of this. And let's just get you here for now. Let's see, you will power what we need there. Then going down here, that will power what we need. That will power, let's get, you can go there. Let's see, you can do this all the way down and it will look good, hopefully. What if we do something like that? That looks decent, I think. We still need to get the outputs in. Could, in theory, let's just do this just to make it look good. There. Oh, you have to move a bit. Almost looking good. Let's make it look good instead. Let's do that. So I want the power pole here. There we are. So here we are. We are now outputting all of it to this belt, and we have things going in. And if max rate calculator are correct, we should have quite a bit going out that we can merge into green belts. So yeah, well, we do have inputs a bit higher than output, so maybe we could skip this last one down here, since we do have a little negative, giving us a bit less output. But let's see how this goes. So let's try and hook it up. How many of you think this will work in the first try? The last many times, it's been quite bad. I don't think I've done one without any issues. But I am very confident about this one. I can't see any issues anywhere. And hopefully all the throughput works. So firstly, let's just get you moved back a bit. Get you moved back. A mixed belt is fine. Right here. So I don't think we can split it out. Going to 2 places. We can only do it to 1. So it consumes 1 entire belt. So we can do 4 of these with our current setup. So let's get you away. Let's see if I'm correct in that. So you will go to here. I actually have to find a way to make this look a bit better. And I might want to do that right now. Yeah, let's get this dismantled. I am not pleased with our current setup here. So let's get you away. And we did leave a bit of room for ourselves, so that should be fine. So the way I've solved it is we'll have 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So go in like this, and then we'll have pretty much just a main bus build. And I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Don't ask me. I blame you guys. Let's get you here. You can go to there. There, and you can go to here. Looking very nice. And these will go on this line instead. There we are. Let's get all of you hooked up correctly. You'll go on the first one. Oh, stop that, please. Second, third, and fourth. Pick you up. Look at that, way more clean than what we normally have. So that's pretty much what we're gonna use. So now we just have to pull them off as needed. This one is the only one that needs to go all the way there, since this is the top one. So you'll go to here, don't take you in afterwards. Then you'll be the top one here. And now that we actually set them up correctly, it is a lot easier to jump them in. You actually have to go out. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, so right here. It actually works all the way up there, so that's fine. And to right here. So let's hook up the bottom one here first. Might only be able to hook up 4 belts. That is completely fine. We can actually use this one, is actually good enough. You'll go over here, you'll take you to there. Okay, moment of truth. Then when this is done, we can pretty much just do this 4 times over. Consuming every bit. As one thing I am debating about this one up here, is that in theory, instead of just 4 of these, you can actually do 8. If you do the splits a bit differently. Because right now we're not taking them out in the most efficient way, are we? No, because this is only consuming half of blue belts. So in theory we can split these out and merge them up so we actually have 8 of these belts. And copper is also enough. The reason why I'm debating it a bit is that if we do this, let's just see here, 1. Well, to be honest, I'll just do 4 of these, as that is a lot easier to manage. And then if you want to in the future, we can do 4 more, but I don't want to make it too congested. Yeah, I want to consume all of this, so that looks pretty decent. Yeah, you can go away in the meantime. That's just a waste of power. So, moment of truth, I think I have hold it long enough. Any last minute things I want to fix? No, not really. Hopefully all of this can input fast enough. Perhaps 5.5, perhaps 6 point something. I mean, it's the 6 every 1 second. Yeah, we should be fine. I hope. We'll see. So here we go, guys. There and there. Things are flowing. This is going to produce. There goes all the copper cables. It's all flowing down. They are producing at a pretty nice rate. Copper cables going all the way down, and there goes our red circuits. Let's see if we have any room left over here. We could maybe just... Or we could probably skip that one. There's no need to have 2 at least. Let's skip you. I think that's a waste of resources. This should be able to keep it up just fine. These are all filling up. And look at that. A very, very nice amount of red circuits going out. Region shortage. Are you looking? We're not outputting fast enough. Do we need one more to get it to go full speed? Or is it just because of this one not getting it out fast enough? Could in theory add a third one up here. Because we are missing the input. Drop the output as well. Let's see, you always have some. Does anything run out? It seems this will back up before the other one. So there's an output issue at the moment. These two go on one side, so it should be fine. Those go on the other side. What if we try and do this? That would mean that's still fine. Good. What if we added one more? Will that get it out fast enough? Or will that just bottleneck this one forever? It seems to be running a bit better than... No. It's not completely optimal. Let's just go with these two. I think that's more than fast enough, and that at least gives us a nice amount out. Nothing is backing up. That is the most important thing. I feel like these are not getting enough. We might actually be able to skip out one of the last ones here. Yeah, because we can't get any more on it. So they're not fully compressed. What if we do you here instead? It still hits everything it needs to hit. Because then we can have more out at the bottom. What if we do this? You can go from here instead. And then we can't really merge anything in, can we? Get one more to output into this one. Will that help anything whatsoever? Because it's both sides. Because then we could have one more outputting here going on. What would that be on? Couldn't fear do something like that. That'll go to the outside, that will go on this side over here. Let's just test how would that look. Still have the issue with this one over here, not outputting enough. That makes sure things goes further down. Oh yes, this one is backing up now. That might actually be better the way we're doing it now. And then we'll just have to shift you from here to there instead. How does that look? That goes out now, this goes on this side. Yeah, I think this is better. Let's try and keep it like this. Do comment what you think about this little thing we did here, if it even have any kind of success. Or is it something like if you set these to, I can't even remember if you set it to 10, does that change something depending on how this goes? I think there is some kind of magic number where this just works and fills up completely. I don't know if any of you can remember. Look, if you do 8, look, 8 looks like it's fully compressing. And I don't know why that is, but there's some certain magic you can do if you do this. If you do the 8 on both, how'd that look? Look, it's so weird. So just from going from 12 to 8, you're able to fully compress the belts. So if any of you can explain why that is, then I'll be very, very curious to know. But it works for some reason. And that should mean that we get the full throughput on this one now. It's not backing up anymore. It's just running full speed, completely, almost filling up one full blue belt. And getting it all the way to the end. Making sure a bit go on the opposite side so it actually works. As you can see now, all of these are running full speed. So this is pretty much the setup we'll go in. How's our power looking? It is still holding strong. Let's expand this out one more then. And let's move you up to here instead, as it looks a bit better. It is so good. Let's take you. So I don't have to do this in the near future again. Let's double you. Let's get all this placed in. My little minions. At least all you want to place in. The rest is gonna get delivered from down here, it seems. Then we can sort the inputs while we're at it. So you can go from here. You'll need to go to that one. Go out here as well. There are you. Then we'll take this one instead. We can go to there. And look how much nicer the build work is this time around. So remembering to doing this like blue belts, or like a main boss, sorry, makes things a bit easier to manage. Come on, my minions, please get the rest placed in. So we can hook it up. You are all set to 8. And what you need to move, perfect. Very, very nice. The rest of the robots are right there. Boop, boop, boop. Let's get fill the productivity ourselves. It can't be asked to wait. There we are. All the speed are in, it looks like. So let's hook you up as well. Fully compressed belts. Looking beautiful. Going down and giving us a second one out. That just has to go down this way and merge in. You'll probably have to go this way at some point. Good, good, good. I could merge them onto one, but since they're running full speed, that will not fit onto one blue belt. Just keep them on their own red belt for now. At least for the foreseeable future. So I think this is a pretty decent place to end. I'm not going to hook up the last two yet, as the power drain might be a bit too much. If you look at our production of red circuits, we are at least up where we were before, just way more efficient. That means we're going to save a ton on, well, 1.9 now. We came from 1.4. So we are a lot more efficient now in our advanced circuits. I actually went from 900 at some point. Do you want to? Here we are. 14 to. So yeah, we've got about a 40% increase, 30% increase. So that's pretty good. So that's it. I'll end the episode here. Next episode, we will probably start to beacon some more things. Not sure if it's going to be plastic. Maybe it's going to be. It's probably going to be our copper we're going to solve as one of the things next episode, as it does require quite a bit of throughput, and upgrading it to the iron setup is quite easy to do. So look forward to that. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll leave a like on the video and do comment what you think about this one. I am pretty pleased with it. And if you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe as well. And the blueprint, you can get it on Discord. Jump on there, ask me for it. And if you want the map string, you can get it on Patreon. And at the same time, I want to do a shout out to all my patrons. They've been amazing allowing me to create this without worrying about YouTube ads. So thank you guys, it is amazing. And that's, yeah, thank you so much for watching guys. I've been Dgray, and I'll see you next episode. Bye guys.